My kings, here are 4 things you should never do for any woman based on a true story. This king says, dated this lady 4 years ago and we had a lot ongoing and I thought I had my whole life figured out and invested heavily into the relationship. From 30K investment to some farmlands in her hometown, car rental business with her, etc. I lost it all after she called it off and went to settle with another guy. Fast forward, I had another job and relocated to Accra, and things started taking shape. This week, I had a call from her wanting to apologize. She says she wants to visit me and tell me something. She's married though. I am a bit skeptical. One part of me wants to give her room to explain, but I fear she has other plans. So my kings, from this story, the very first thing you should never do for any woman is invest heavily on her, especially when it is just a relationship. Even wives, husbands still lose them, not to talk of a girlfriend who you are not yet married to. Just like in this king's case where he invested heavily and lost everything at the end of the day, that is the same thing that could happen to you when you invest heavily. So make sure that even if you are investing, it is something you can actually handle if you lose it. Don't take everything you have and invest on a woman. And another thing too, you should never do for any woman is to stop investing in yourself to invest in her. So make sure you are investing more on yourself. Whatever it is that you would have used to invest in her or in the relationship, rather use it to invest on yourself and build up yourself, because that would go a long way to save you from a whole lot. Just imagine that this king didn't invest all that he did in the relationship and he rather used it to build up himself. When the lady said she's no more interested, it wouldn't have been an issue for him because he would still be established and still have the things he has going for him. But because he invested everything in the relationship instead of on himself, he ended up losing everything at the end of the day. And that ended up really hurting him. But if he had taken all this money or all this investment were for him, at least he would only lose his woman and not lose the other things. And you see, he mentioned that there were other businesses. He mentioned some businesses like the farmlands and the car rental businesses and etc. That means there were a lot more. And he lost all this thing plus his woman. So if you invest in yourself, you are not going to lose both the investments and your woman. You will probably just lose your woman and you will still have your investment running in your name. That's exactly why you should invest in yourself, because it will be more hurtful if you have to go through a heartbreak and also going broke at the same time. But if at least it is only the heartbreak you're suffering from and you know that other things are going on for you, of course, it's going to hurt you, but it will not hurt you as much as having the two at the same time. Of course, rich people get heartbroken, but of course, they can easily move on because they know it is the person's loss. The person just lost somebody who would have invested in them and built them up. So even if you cry a little bit or you talk about it a little bit, you pick up yourself and keep going because at least there are still things running for you. But when you lose both sides, that is really going to be hurtful. So my kings, make sure you are investing in yourself more than you are investing in a relationship and in a woman, especially if the both of you are not married. Because remember, in the society, a man is measured by what he has. And truly, you can't really be a man in the society if you don't have anything attached to your name, which is exactly why you should focus on yourself. A woman can go free. A woman can actually have absolutely nothing in her name and still do well. But you as a man, no way. That is why you should really think of yourself in this situation and make sure you're always investing in yourself more. And another thing too is a woman is not fully your responsibility until she's your wife. So my kings, stop taking full responsibility for a woman who is not your wife. She is not your responsibility. So please do not do that. You are just putting yourself through a whole lot when you do that, because most women that their kings take full responsibility for, they end up manipulating those men and using them for just what they can provide. Because truth be told, it's really going to hurt you if you build up a woman. Just imagine you pick a woman from when she's at her lowest and you take care of her, take full responsibility of her, build her up. And now when you finally build her up to a very good standard, she leaves you for another man. That is really going to hurt you. It will be like you just washed your hand and prepared the delicious meal for someone else to come and eat. That is exactly how you are going to feel. And that is why you shouldn't take full responsibility of a woman who is not your wife. Even some wives still leave their husbands. So imagine a girlfriend. So my kings, please do not put yourself in this situation. Make sure you are not taking full responsibility for any woman in your life. Now, another thing to take away from this story, my kings, is to never let a woman who left you at some point in time in your life back into your life after you are back on your feet. Because there is something about this. It could be that she's coming back for her own ulterior motives. This other story I have here also confirms that. This king says, I remember when I was crushing on this girl back in the days, like 6 years ago, and this girl wasn't looking my way. She had better options because man was slow at the time. By the grace of God, now man they travel here and there. Man they built 4-bedroom house. Just last 2 weeks, she texted me on IG and we went out last night. She claims I didn't put in any effort, reason why she didn't accept my proposal. And I told her I'm not interested anymore. And even if I'm to date her, it will be sex. And I wouldn't want that to happen. So we can just be friends. Come and see this girl saying all sorts of stuff that I'm her kind of man. She likes the way I dress and all that. And I was asking her, what about 6 years ago when you had better options? I called you and you even blocked me. So why now? So that's it, my kings. Never give a woman another chance if she left you. If she didn't accept you, maybe in your down times, or she left you in your down times, or even if it wasn't your down times, and just like the first king story I read, she left you for another man, please never accept her back because 99% of the time she's coming back for her own ulterior motives, or maybe because she knows you could offer her a better life and you wouldn't want to put yourself in that situation, because what she would do to you the second time would definitely put you in a more terrible situation and give you a more horrible experience than the first time. So it is better not to accept her at all. Find yourself a new woman and build your life all afresh. And another thing too, my kings, before we go, is make sure you don't let any of these experiences stop you. Just like in the first king situation where he didn't give up after he lost everything, he still picked up his pace and kept on moving on. That's exactly what you should do if you find yourself in a situation where maybe you've invested heavily in a woman and she left you and you've lost everything. I know it can be very devastating and you might want to give up and all that. Please do not put yourself in that situation. Pick your paces and keep on going. And just like the other king was able to make it, you would also be able to do the same if you only put your mind to it. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 4 things you should never do for any woman. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do well to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell, like this video, drop a comment down below, share this video with your family and friends, and see you in the next one. Bye.